Everywhere they stopped, there were either graves or funeral pyres the next morning. But there was total disruption for a long time on both sides because of the tremendous movement of populations. As you probably remember, about 12 million people moved from both sides across the borders to their new homelands.
Partition happened, I think that it was a very traumatic event, and so a lot of people were at that point. It was perhaps too traumatic to dwell on it, but there was also this sense that you just had to move on, that you had to ensure that your children had a better life than you had had, and that you didn't pass on that grief. So that generation, they were just so stoic, they were so strong and resilient, and they really helped rebuild our country and their own families. And because of that, they felt that they couldn't talk about it. They didn't want to pass on that trauma and that grief. The Partition Museum in Amritsar is the world's first museum and memorial that's opened to remember all the millions of people who were impacted by the partition of India in 1947. It's been set up as a people's museum, and what that means is it uses people's own oral histories, their first-hand accounts, their letters, their photographs, their diaries, and objects that they carried with them to tell history.
You have to attend the banquet. We want to show you all our, we want to show all our friends that you people were with us and all that. I said, I haven't brought any clothes. So this lady said, that's no problem. So I said, but it's a problem for me because at a banquet where all these chief ministers and all are there, they will be all dressed up and I'm like this. She said, you leave it to me. She took me to her room, she opened her cupboards full of clothes, and then she took out a box, a jewelry box, and she put it there. And she said, you pick anything you want.
अभी चंद दिन के बीच में आजकल बड़ी गहमा गहमी है बाज़ार में, बहुत सी चीज़ें बनाई जा रही हैं पाकिस्तान की खुशी में, लेकिन उस वक़्त बहुत ही अज़ाब में थी दुनिया, क्योंकि काफ़िले कत्ल हो रहे थे और लोगों को पकड़ के लेके जाया जा रहा था। यानी कि मेरे वालिद की तलवार थी, बंदूक थी, कार थी और साइकिल भी थी। हर इस किस्म की चीज़ जो कि वैल्यूएबल भी थी और जो वक्त पे काम भी आ सकती थी, वो रख दी गई। तो उसको ले जाने की इजाज़त ही नहीं थी। मेरे पास पेपर माइशी की 2 डिब्बियाँ थी पिन वाली, वो भी रखवा ली उधर एयरपोर्ट पे।
I think people witnessed a lot of violence and trauma at partition, and I think one side effect of never being able to talk about it is, I think it is a bit of a mental health issue, and that's something that's only being recognized now, that there was a very deep trauma at that time, and there was no space or no discussion about what it might have meant for each of those people who saw extreme acts of violence or the aftermath of violence.
Ultimately, a treasure of hope that humanity transcends these, shall I say, hostilities or hatreds.